Hello farmers, welcome back to East Vineland. I'm sitting here looking at the pigs because currently right now I am just a little bit disappointed in the meat market, and I'll tell you why. If I remember correctly, we brought down 10 pigs and I do believe they were worth $1,000 per. So, well, maybe a little bit more than 1,000. We're just going to round it off to make the numbers a little bit easy. So we brought $10,000 worth of pigs down to the meat market. And if we go ahead and look at the meat market, we got to go into productions here. We go on down here. So we ran out of pigs, and we ended up making about, we'll just say 3,000 liters a piece of pork chops and jambon, or jambon. Jambon? You know what I'm saying. So we got like 6,000 liters here. Each product currently right now is selling for about $330 a piece. So 3,000 liters of each would bring me in $1,000. So I got $1,000 worth of pork chops and $1,000 worth of jambon in my production building. So I made $2,000 worth of product currently for pigs that I could have made $10,000 on. Now that is with the current market price. We put this stuff down here in March, and now we're in the month of April. But the mod's been active for at least a year. I just haven't put it down. So these prices should be roughly what they are. So in theory, I'm technically losing money with the pigs. But just also keep in mind, we are on hard economy. So if I was on normal, I'd probably get maybe like, actually I can probably do that, right? I think I can do that live while I'm in game. Where do I even change that? Oh, economy difficulty. Let's just go to normal. What would I get on normal for them? All right, so about 583. So for every 2,000 liters, I roughly get $1,000. So I'm still losing money on it. Yeah, I'm not too sure about it. So I mean, we'll keep on using it because we're making money decently here in East Vineland. So it's something different, something that we're trying on out. So we'll let it go a little bit further. But I guess if I were to, where's the trigger? I think it's right here. If I were to bring like the young pigs in, they're only worth like $200 a piece. So if I bring down 10 pigs, that's $2,000. I do make a little bit of money on it that way. But when you spend $350,000 on a building, it's going to be a slow process to get your money back, at least on hard economy. So probably what I'll end up doing here in the future with this pig farm right here, we'll keep the mature pigs, and anytime they reproduce, we'll take the young ones down. The game just can't tell the difference between a mature pig and a piglet. It's just going to see it as a pig. Also, on the meat market, I kind of figured out, because I was trying to figure out these little symbols here. I thought I needed 3 pigs to make 600 liters of pork chops. What it's actually doing is using these symbols over here. So I brought down the Berkshire pigs, and it was showing me I was using one of these, and these two kept orange because I didn't have the black pied or the landrace pigs. So yeah, it doesn't take 3 pigs to make 600 liters. It takes 1 pig to make 600 liters. Or, you could use all 3 and you would get 1,800. But it's 1 pig per 600, same as the jambon. That's what I'm going to call it. So that's what was going on there. So that has to do with the meat market. Yeah, so we'll just keep on using it. But technically right now I feel like I'm losing money. We'll see if the price changes and all that. I did have to go down and buy 10,000 liters of pig food because they ran out at the end of the month. I only got to do 1 contract since last episode, 1 fertilizing contract, and that was it. There are some contracts today that came up. Unfortunately, the baling contract is for hay. And then, of course, there's a lot of spraying and weed contracts. But we got our own stuff to do today. So we're going to get involved into that. So let's go grab our planter first and foremost. And, nope, I don't need the trailer. Going to leave that here right now. And we're going to go ahead and plant some corn. That's right, corn for the chickens. I'm going to have to take care of the chickens here in about another month or so. They're getting kind of low on the feed, but we got a decent amount of barley and some cracked corn down at the grain mill. So I shouldn't have to buy anything for that. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I'm all set for corn. We're full on seed. Our other fields have grown, so we're going to go take care of the weeds today in those fields. I could also fertilize, but I think I'm going to fertilize after the crops grow. Did I not unfold you? I thought I was unfolding you. Now you're unfolding, right? There you go. I think you are. There you go. Yeah, so as for the meat market, like I'm saying, right now, the jury is still out on that one, meaning we got to wait a little bit longer to see if the price changes on that stuff. Because I could sell the pigs for a lot more money than what we're making on the meat market. Alright, so this field should be good to go, just like all of our other fields. Should have a good scoring on it with fresh lime, fertilizer. Of course, we haven't fertilized them yet, but they were fertilized last time. So our score on all the fields should be doing pretty good. I did check on it. The newest field, the sugar beet field, the furthest one there, that score is up to 70 because, well, you know, reasons. It needs to be weeded, so we're going to take care of that today. That'll help out the score. And the one score that hasn't changed is the pH value, even though we put lime down into it. So I think it's going to have to be harvested before that score will change. And that won't happen now until October. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. But this is going to give us plenty of corn for our chickens with cracked corn. We'll probably end up selling all the excess corn that we have. Or the cracked corn, I should say. All the corn's going to be brought down and maybe made into cracked corn. Actually, you know what? I don't need to do a headland on this side. We can just go ahead and drive around. Let's go up and down this field. But we are almost up to 300,000. So if the harvester comes up in the sales department, we should be able to afford it because it's only 250,000 base cost. So if it comes up for sale, usually we'll just say minimum 40% off. So we should be able to afford that nice and easily. There was a nice, interesting mod that came up on the mod hub today. That's right, Giants is back at work, and they're releasing mods. The mod I'm going to show you in a little bit is for PC and Mac only, so I apologize to you console players. But it has to do with actually coloring your equipment and vehicles, and it can save you quite a bit amount of money. Actually, you know what? Let me show it to you now before I forget. So let's just jump into the store. And let's see, let's pick up something that we know I can change the color on. You know what? Valtra tractors I can change colors on, right? So Valtra, I probably went by a couple already. There we go, Valtra. Load on in here. So if I were to change the color, it's going to cost me $1,500. Now, some other stuff, it's going to cost you a lot more. So let's go back to the base color. So say you want a green color. You come in here. I'm going to keep it the same color as it shows because it costs us 0. Press and hold on it, and it brings up the custom color so we can change it right from here. Make it any color that we choose using the red, green, and blue. And then you can also change the way it looks. So instead of just having it painted metal, we can have it look like if it's on circular brush metal. If we apply it, look at that. Looks like circular brush metal, and it's that color. So, and you can see it didn't charge me any extra for the paint color. So if you want it to be, I don't know, pure black, I guess, we could do that and hit apply. Can't really tell the difference there, but it'll save you the charge of changing the color on it. So anything you can change color on in game, you can use that mod, and you can change the color, and you can also change the way it looks. So like I said, we'll just go to here, and let's actually put some color to it so we can see it. Shiny scratched silver, we'll apply that, and that's the way it looks. No extra charge on the paint. So this is for PC and Mac only. This is under gameplay. So if you're looking for the mod, I'm recording this on Wednesday evening, so the mod got released on Wednesday. You should be seeing this episode on Friday, so it's 2 days ago for you. But it's under gameplay, and yeah, it's a real interesting mod. Definitely can go ahead and change a whole bunch of colors on a lot of different vehicles free of charge. I don't know how much I'm going to use that. I used to use or change colors quite a bit on my equipment back in 17 and even 19. I used to have like green New Hollands. I used to have like everything green and purple or what, something like that. But now I kind of keep to the base colors, the way the company would like their vehicles or tractors and trailers look like. But every once in a while, it's nice to go off the grid and make it look kind of weird and wacky. Just like me, I'm weird and wacky, so I don't mind changing the colors sometimes. Make sure my planter is up so I don't accidentally plant corn in my grass field here. Our grass field is ready as well. We'll be chopping that up and making, of course, some silage bales. So it's not going to take us many passes here. And then we'll go ahead and use our Class Arion tractor, grab our See and Spot sprayer, take care of the weeds in the fields that we have. Now, getting back to the meat market, because you may be wondering, can you show us what the pallets look like? Well, I don't have any pallets spawned yet because I'm guessing it's going to be 4,000 liters before the pallets do spawn. So I can't even show you what those two products look like. But since I already spent the money on the production building, we're just keep going on the meat market either way. But I think if I were to keep like half the pen, or at least 40 mature pigs, and every time they reproduce piglets, we'll bring the piglets down because they're not worth as much. That way I'll feel better about myself, not losing as much money. And that way those 4 mature pigs will just keep on reproducing every 4 months. Just like that, we're already halfway done with this field here, planting our corn. So about 3 passes for sure, maybe a 4th one, because I'm overlapping quite a bit. So a total of 4 more passes is what it takes. At least it's not a tiny little strip. At least it's like 50-60% of the working width here. So not too bad. Going to use about, 45% of the seed that was in here. Now we got ourselves a cornfield. Make ourselves some cracked corn at the end of the year and probably sell most of it. Chickens don't really require that much. But honestly, I mean, this is the first year, of course, we've had our own corn. For the last couple of years, we've been getting by doing corn harvesting contracts and taking the extra we get off of those, putting it into our grain mill and make our own cracked corn, and we've been doing just fine just by doing that. But we'll be doing corn every year, just like sugar beet every year. And there we go. We are done planting for ourselves this year. Is that correct? Yes, that should be correct. We are all done. Let me get off our field here. Shouldn't be driving back in the crops, but, you know, it is what it is. Can't help myself driving in the crop once in a while. Alright, we're going to bring this on down to the workshop. Not really to repair it, but I am going to put down a small little wash station. Originally I wanted to put down, there's different versions of this, and we'll see here in just a second. It's a wash station I've had for quite a while by Missy B, which is on the Giants Mod Hub. And I thought I was going to put down the building for it, but after I see the size of the building and knowing what this looks like, I was going to put the wash station right next to here, but it looks like the combine harvester won't fit through it. So yeah, there's that. So I'm thinking to save myself some space, I could actually put it right up here. But I may change my mind here in just a second, because I do that quite often, as we know. Let me back up here so I can get a better perspective, because I should have done this beforehand when I was looking at it. So if I go under Tools, it's just called the Wash Station Mod, and this is the building I wanted to put down. But as we can see, yeah, I don't think the combine... You know what, that combine... The combine would fit through that, right? Looks like it'll fit through. Alright, so you know what? I'm going to put down the whole building now. Yeah, I should have came up here and kind of measured this way. I didn't think about doing it until now. You know how ideas come to you after the fact? Like, oh man, I wish I should have tried something. But you do have the full building, which costs $10,000. Or you could just put up this big pressure washer, which is a lot bigger than the one we got up by the Alien Gym shed. That's $1,000. You could just do a regular platform where you back in. That will cost you $5,000. I was going to do this one. I was going to put it right here, right up against this wall for $3,000. But I think I'm going to go back and do this whole building right here. And yeah, this is where I want to put it down here. Actually, I probably should move that trailer because I kind of want to put it right next to here. Let me exit out of there. Let me back. You know what? The heck with it. I'll just use super strength because I want to wash this, so I'm going to have to come back and attach that. Let's just move this trailer out of the way a little bit. Alright, that's good. Construction, tools. Here we go. Let's rotate it. Let me go ahead and flatten this area out just a little bit. Actually, it's kind of flat here. See, I'm trying to get a good idea. I kind of want it to be flush here. So let me go up against this building. Kind of get it somewhat square. Looks like it's kind of square. Yeah, let me go into landscaping and do it, because if I don't, it'll come out terrible. And I don't have to flatten too much. Then I'll have to smooth out the other part of it in just a moment here. Alright, buildings, tools. Now I got to square it up again. Although that looks like it's already squared up for me, so that's nice. And now it's just 10,000. Alright, and let me go into landscaping, smoothing tool. Just kind of smooth it around here so we know for sure. I mean, it's not the automatic washing station like I saw in Farming Simulator 15 that I love so much. But it's I just like to change up from using like a small pressure washer all the time. That wash station in Farming Simulator 15, the automatic car wash. Now we got room to come on down through here. Although, it's still going to be a tight squeeze to get on through. Got to keep our equipment nice and clean. We don't want it to rust on out from all the dirt and all the chemicals that are on the field. Now, we should be done with the planter. Yeah, it's a little snug in here, actually. I think the combine will fit in through here. If it doesn't now, well, I can always park the combine on the outside and spray it off. This hose should definitely reach outside, right? How far can I go with it? Looks like a standard length, like the regular pressure washer. I didn't quite get around it. Here we go. Two sides to wash on. So if you accidentally leave one parked in one bay, you got a second bay. I'm just circling around so I can park this into our solar panel shed. And right there is good. I think I'm done with the T8 for a little while. And eventually the silo is going to go in right over here, I do believe. I thought I was going to put it up more towards the garage, but I think the silo is going to go in right here. Actually, do we need the silo? We don't really need it, but I don't think I've shown it to you yet. Not that it matters that much here. It should be multi-fruit. Yeah, 198,000. Okay, it's a little bit bigger than I remember it being, but it'll fit in somewhere like right about here. Drive in, drive out perfectly. So when you come on in down here, we'll just have to unload, and anything we need, we'll unload and take back on out. But that will hold 2 million liters. And this is the silo. I'm not going to try to pronounce their name. Multi-fruit pack. This is on the Giants Mod Hub. It's been on there for quite a while, so you meant to search back quite a ways. And that will take just about anything. Everything I have tried, it has taken. It's taken compost, it's taken sugar beet, it's taken pretty much anything. Alright, we need to spray the weeds and get rid of the weeds in our fields that we planted last month. And I'm holding off fertilizing until the crops hit another stage or two. Plop that down right there. And I'm going to guess I got plenty of herbicide in this See and Spot sprayer to not have to worry about it. It doesn't seem like I have as many weeds as I had last year in this field. So it seems like each year as we spray it, it's like less and less. Oh, there's one more to go. Okay. And this should already be on See and Spot spray. And there we go. We are getting rid of our weeds. So slowly but surely we'll get this done. And then in about a month or two, we'll go ahead and, like I said, spray the fertilizer down. I was going to use something like this on Cylindra for weeds, but I decided on that map to not do any precision farming or weeds. If you're saying to yourself, what's Cylindra? If you haven't seen, last week we started a Let's Play on a small map, and I mean a small map. And let's see, yesterday would have been episode 4. Yeah, that would have been episode 4 that came out yesterday. So if you didn't know we were starting another series, yep, we're up to episode 4. Tomorrow will be episode 5. If you like small maps, go give it a look. And like I said, when I mean small maps, I mean, I think the amount of fields that I own here in East Vineland are probably about the same size as the map that we're playing on. I probably should check today. I feel like I want to spend the money that I got here. Having that much money sitting there, I don't know. But yeah, when we buy our root crop harvester here in a couple months, we're going to need a place to start parking this stuff. So I need to buy that land and get ready to start saving up to put down a shed. I always just feel like the minute I spend that money, before you know it, that root crop harvester would come up for sale. But I think we can make enough money in the meantime to pay full price for it. I'm always banking on paying full price for something new. But as you've seen here, I've been lucky 3 or 4 times in the used department getting exactly what I was looking for. Seems like I should get a better bonus for killing the weeds before they hit the second stage. As long as they're gone, that's all that matters. Feels kind of funny when I first bought this See and Spot sprayer. When we had the smaller fields, we were getting the fields done in a matter of seconds. And it's like, yeah, this is kind of oversized. But as we continue to grow, you start to see the benefits of getting, you know, the bigger one, because you know you're going to have bigger fields in the future. Now here we are, taking care of bigger fields. Well, that wraps up the first field I need to spray. Now, the other field we're going to do, the new one, that's not going to actually have any weeds in it because we plowed the field. But I'm going to go over there and just briefly turn on the See and Spot sprayer so Precision Farming knows that we did weed control over there, so that'll bump up our score. So you can see no weeds whatsoever. Now, this should take effect right away, I would think. I think it did on No Man's Land. If we come up here, our score is 70. So all I need to do, it's not even going to use any herbicide, but we'll spray it for, spray it just for a second or two. And now our score in that field's up to 85, and overall 95, so that's pretty darn good. But this other sugar beet field, that's going to have some weeds into it. I think we did the same thing in this field last year because that was the first time we had the field and we already plowed it. But this year we didn't plow it because we didn't need to, because there's no stones into it. Yeah, as I play more in Cylindra and don't have to deal with the stones, I'm kind of enjoying not having to mess around with them. We won't have to mess around with them here only when we buy a new field, because I'm not going to, well, I'm going to be plowing these fields, so I guess I am going to get stones, aren't I? Yeah, so there's not really a way around that. But I think going here forward, unless they change the way the stones are done, I probably won't be doing stones on maps anymore. It was kind of interesting at first when FS22 came out. And at first it seemed like, oh, we can take stones and crush them and make lime out of it. It's like, oh, that's great. I'll save a lot of money on lime. Then after you start doing it over and over again, how long it takes to pick up stones in the field, even with the modded equipment that we have now. And then you start realizing, you know what, lime really doesn't cost that much. To me, it's not worth my time right now. I'd rather just go ahead and spend money on lime rather than spending money going around with a stone picker, picking up stones, processing that into lime. But that's just me. I know that a lot of people in the beginning didn't like even doing that, but I loved doing it when it first came out. But now at this point, it's like, I can do without that. We'll just go ahead and buy our own lime. Thank you very much. Unless they make it a little bit more profitable somehow with the stones, although I'm not sure how you would. I mean, there's a lot of ways you could do it, but I just don't really see the best way to do it. Not going to be able to get, nope, got to make another pass. But it's not that big of a deal, because with the See and Spot sprayer, it only sprays where it sees weeds, so I'm not losing any herbicide. I don't know. I think last episode I kind of said I hope to get 750,000 liters of sugar beet off these two fields. That'd be great for our fuel refinery, making diesel and compost and pig food. We won't know until our first harvest is done exactly how well we're going to be doing with this cut sugar beet. I will have to buy a trailer to cut the sugar beet, but those are not too expensive, depending on the size I want to get up to. But since we're not transporting it too far, Probably just get like a trailer that can hold like 30,000 liters, something like that. So next month we'll have to spray weeds in the cornfield. And then it's just a matter of spreading fertilizer down. When the crops get to a decent height, we'll have to put narrow tires on this tractor here. Go in the fields and put down the fertilizer, which won't take long at all. These sugar beet fields are going to require a lot of fertilizer, I think. Let's go ahead and fold that in. I'm not going to bother washing it off or anything because I got to use it, like I said, next month. So we'll go put this away for now. And I'm hoping someone that we know owns that little lot of land behind the garage so we can get a really, really good discount. Let's go ahead and park that right here. Probably today it'll be someone that I don't know, so I won't get any discount whatsoever. And nope, Evelyn Carson. Well, I'm going to try my luck maybe another day with it. Just because I do have a couple farmers I do have a 30% discount on. Let's see. Let's just take a shot here. Yeah, with Zach, I got a 25% discount. With Gina, I got a 25% discount. With Michael, I got a 25% discount. With Zoe Scott, I got a 15% discount. Richard, I got a 10% discount. I just so happens the one that owns this today, Evelyn, I haven't done any work for. So be it. Who knows? Yeah, so that's all of our fields done. Yeah, we'll probably go ahead and cut this grass beginning of next episode and then probably zip right through the month. Like I said, I don't think there's any contracts. It's all weeding contracts. Oh, we got some fertilizing contracts that popped up. Any good ones? Yeah, one good one. I'll go ahead and accept that. That's not too far from here. And it'll bring in some cash for us. So I'll fertilize that field. But we'll get this grass cut. And then probably move on until next month. Unless some interesting contracts come up. Oh yeah, I did have to move sheep's milk on over. Because, well, we were full. So... And I don't have any room in our tanker because the tanker is full as well. So I'm just storing this over here for now. So the sheep are producing tons of milk for us. They seem to be doing well for us. That's looking good. But as for the meat market, I don't know. The coin is still up in the air on that one. And we'll have to figure out how that's going to do. But like I said, I've already paid for it, so probably keep it there. And I think the theory of keeping like 50 mature pigs in the pen, and as they reproduce piglets, we'll take the piglets out because it would take them 8 months to become mature and then 4 months before they reproduce. So it's almost a full year before they give us pigs themselves. So if I just keep the mature ones every 4 months, that's the way we'll do it there. So, yeah, probably not the real money maker, but like I think I said, it wasn't going to make us that much money to begin with. It's something interesting to try on out and give it a go, we are. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in East Vineland. But until then, have a good one.